Okay, so in the last clip we calculated the root mean squared error here, given the formula. Excuse me, given the formulas. And so now what we want to do, that's one way to evaluate the forecast. That's probably the best way. But another way to corroborate this is to look at, to compare the forecast, purchasing power parity implied forecast, say, with the spot rate on a graph. Okay, like we did in the example here. This is project 2 here. Oops, this was posted to Blackboard. So generating these graphs, and you can kind of see that it's hard to tell, just to discern between the purchasing power parity and the naive forecast. Again, the naive is just one shifted over, so it's the blue line is the actual, the orange line is the forecast. It's the exact same line, just shifted over one period. That's what the naive forecast is. This uncovered interest parity, you can see, probably is the worst of the three, because you can see it doesn't really match up quite as well. Though even still, the pattern is generally follows it. For generating that here, what we could do is we can create a separate sheet. How do we do that? We go over here and click New Sheet. This is from Excel 2010 that I'm using. If you have older version of Excel, it'll look a little different, but the concept's kind of the same. So just click that. And you can name these if you want to. You can put rename and then data. Call this. You can say I don't remember what I called it, but just put evaluation or something. Right, then we can create a little table here. This is the table, how to create borders. So then we can just input these numbers in. Right click, copy, go back to the sheet. You can click somewhere, hit right click, paste. Now what are you doing? Paste the function. If you pasted the function, it's taking the average of nothing. Right? So you want to right click and hit the paste the values. Again, with older versions of Excel that might be a little different, and then put them into the table. You can maybe use this table in your write-up in the sheet that you hand in. See which one's smaller, so make it red to really make it stand out, bold, italicized, whatever. You can see the naive is a smaller root mean squared error. Again, we want to corroborate that with graphs, so we can put insert. So how do you create a graph? Just click somewhere on the spreadsheet, doesn't really matter where. Insert. What kind of graph are we going to do? We're doing a line chart. Just click that. 2 lines. We're not doing 3D. You could if you want to, but it's unnecessary. Click 2 lines, and then what are you going to do with this chart here? What goes in the area? We need to tell this chart where to pull the data from. So you right click again, select data. Okay, where's it coming from? Go back to this data sheet here. We click time. We want that on the bottom, the horizontal axis, and we want to plot the exchange rate, the actual exchange rate. I'm holding Control to select multiple columns as I click this. And then purchasing power parity implied, so that's the PPP forecast. So click that. Again, as I selected these, I was holding the Control button as I selected them. So hit OK. And here's our purchasing power parity chart. Again, on the bottom horizontal axis, we have time. Throughout time, 1982 quarter 1, blah, 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 2014 quarter 1. Or a quarter, I can't see what that is. But here, then, the chart title, you can rename this. Let me know what it is. PPP forecast. You can change these colors. You can, you can change add this cool colors to it, or make it silver, This is all the data points. You don't want to do that though. But you can play around with it. So you right click, format chart area, fill. We can fill it like a gradient like that, so it's nice and whatever. You can click the the series and like make it a marker. So I was looking for. That's the fill. It's too many series, it'll look bunched up, but nonetheless the point is you can play around with it. Then just do the same thing for the uncovered interest parity graph. Select data. This table pops up. Go back here. Click the entire column. Now hit Control on your keyboard. Spot exchange rate, and then we want uncovered interest parity implied. Hit OK. And then again, like I said, you can play around with the graphs if you want to. And then last one for the naive forecast. And that's pretty much it for the charts. And then you can, like I said, you can copy this table, copy, and then open Microsoft Word. Paste the table, and then you can click the entire chart here, copy, Control V, paste. The forecast is good. Blah blah blah. Okay, in the next video we'll show how to where is it here? That's the other one. Show how to make the covered interest parity grid.